The Federal Clean Air Act embodies a cooperative federalism approach to addressing the protection of air quality while also allowing states like North Dakota to encourage responsible economic development. North Dakota has met, or in most instances far surpassed, Federal Clean Air Act requirements. The state's ability to regulate to protect its citizens and environment must include the ability to meaningfully take into account real and distinct North Dakota circumstances. That is not just common sense. It happens also to be federal law. EPA should not now second-guess North Dakota's reasonable and well-supported regional haze decisions. For the sake of North Dakota's economic well-being and in respect to its state sovereignty, I urge EPA to respect North Dakota's process and well-reasoned regional haze plan.
My concern with EPA's proposal is that it does not give the state's plan the deference that it deserves and to which I think it is legally entitled. And I have serious concerns with the technical and legal basis for the EPA plan. While we welcome you to North Dakota, my testimony here today is to make it abundantly clear that EPA's proposal to disapprove major aspects of North Dakota's regional haze state implementation plan is not acceptable. The result of North Dakota's comprehensive process is a reality-based state plan that would require substantial emission reductions and achieve reasonable progress. Yet, the EPA seeks to reject several of North Dakota's determinations and instead replace them with EPA's own technologically infeasible and prohibitively expensive determination.
As a former state economic development director and now an economic regulator, I track factors which contribute to investment decisions made by companies every day. According to the 2009 corporate survey conducted by Area Development Magazine Online, energy cost and availability ranked as the fourth most important site selection factor. 2/3 of the respondents to this survey represent manufacturing, a sector of North Dakota's economy which has been growing for 2 decades while steadily declining in the rest of our nation. The World Economic Forum's Global Competitiveness Report for the 2011-2012, released last month, places the United States as the 5th most competitive economy in the world, down from 4th last year, 2nd the year before that, and 1st the year before that. 1st place and steadily declining. It is not simply an accident of nature that has made North Dakota's economy the envy of the world, but rather our state's rich resources and a culture of common sense have combined to help make us a beautiful, clean, and prosperous place in which to live and invest. Please, don't impose a standard on us which threatens our quality of life, but perhaps take from us a standard that the rest of our country would do well to accept. Thank you.
In the end, North Dakotans were capable of overseeing environmental issues, and we're capable of overseeing the quality of life. And don't take our comments to be that we don't care. This is our home. We do care about North Dakota. We care about our air and our water. We're real committed to keeping the pristine ways that we have in North Dakota. The EPA is asking to take over a program that will put technology in place that doesn't work, that's not guaranteed, and will not get the job done. So I thank you for the opportunity today to speak to you, and I say that EPA's proposed intervention, proposed action here is wrong. It takes over with something that won't work. It doesn't make things happen. It won't change what's going on in North Dakota. But importantly, it's actually in the way of North Dakota getting this job. We in North Dakota want to maintain the beauty and the quality of life that we have here, that we enjoy at home every day. EPA needs to stand out of the way and let us get our job done. Thank you.
EPA is improperly impinging upon the state's authority, proposing to impose unjustified burdens on those who pay for electricity. As a part of its plan, the state of North Dakota, through the Department of Health, is requiring Leland Oil Stations 1 and 2 to install sulfur dioxide state-of-the-art scrubbers costing hundreds of millions of dollars that will reduce more than 90% of the sulfur dioxide currently being emitted from those facilities. In addition, North Dakota's Health Department is requiring Base Electric to install technologies that are proven to work on North Dakota lignite that will significantly reduce nitrous oxide emissions. The Health Department did evaluate the selective catalytic reduction, SCR, technology that now proposed by EPA, but properly concluded that it was not the best available retrofit technology for controlling nitrous oxide. The law required the Health Department to consider all the various technologies, weigh their costs and benefits, and determine whether installing them would improve visibility. This analysis is required to be made by each facility on a case-by-case basis. The Health Department, again, has made the right decision based upon sound science, sound policy, and what the law requires. EPA should acknowledge and respect North Dakota's authority and discretion to make the right judgment.
If EPA adopts what it's talking about today in its plan, there is no doubt that those rates will continue to go up. And there is no doubt that I'll be back on the road again trying to explain to those consumers what's happening. The worst part of it is, I won't be able to rationally give them an answer for why it's happening. Let me explain why. First, and you've heard this previous testimony, I can't guarantee them that what's being proposed from a technological perspective will even work. Despite EPA's claims in the FIP that selective catalytic reduction will work on the Milton R. Young station, we stand firm that there's no technical feasibility associated with that. Catalyst vendors, which you heard earlier, have indicated to us that they will not guarantee, under the current conditions, the use of SCR in our facilities. EPA's response to the catalyst issue in the FIP is that this is merely a cost issue. We disagree. We've spent a considerable amount of time, both experts and others, trying to identify the ultimate question that EPA put on the table associated with SCRs. We cannot get there. The second reason I can't stand in front of those consumers I'm going to have to go in front of again to explain what's happening to their rates is because I am very uncertain about what this will cost. Our experts, and we've submitted it as a part of the package the state of North Dakota put in its amendment, indicates that we could see $300 to $700 million in increased costs for the installation of SCRs, where the various installations of those come in at near $500 million. Based upon the testing and our experts' analysis, we can't also even agree that that $500 million will work more than 3 months on the catalyst side. The last point I want to make as it relates to why I can't stand in front of a consumer with a straight face and tell them that I understand what's happening here is we're not even sure that it's going to get visibility improvement for the average North Dakotan. On page 58,576 of EPA's proposed rule, EPA states that most people can detect a change in visibility of 1 deciview. Later on in the proposal, EPA states that when compared to selective non-catalytic reduction and overfire air, SCRs on the Milton R. Young station would result in an incrementing visibility improvement of 0.5 deciviews or 18 fewer days above 0.5 deciviews. We can't justify to our members a 30% increase in our cost for a mere change in deciviews not detectable by the human eye. It's with those 3 thoughts in mind that I'm compelled to make an argument today for the state's implementation plan where I can reasonably at least stand in front of a set of individuals and give them responses to the issues. So when you put your boots on the ground and have to stand in front of people and explain to them why this is happening to them, EPA's plan is not defendable, and therefore I reiterate my request that you approve the state's SIP in its entirety. Thank you.